Where all my Billy Clan members at? Watching for the days of fashion, tuning in from day to day. Running around with Billy doing next, fashion, money, stacks and stacks. Go get your logo, y'all back. Day 35, day 35, day 35. Oh, we have 5 more days and 4 days of fashion, guys. Can y'all believe it? Before we get started, make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. Y'all already know the checklist if y'all been following the Billy Clan for a minute, or y'all been keeping up with 4 days of fashion. Y'all already know what the checklist is. Y'all already know what y'all gotta do, what your tasks are. Like, y'all already know. Let's get started. Today's topic of discussion is going to be fast versus slow fashion. Okay, now, y'all like, what is that? I don't know what that is. Like, I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is. That's okay. I'm here to help you with that. Okay. So, first off, slow fashion promotes a more circular economy by choosing techniques and fashion fabrics that do not cause harm to the environment. They have a high environmental concern, and they promote the reusability and biodegradability of certain fabrics. So, these fabrics can be made from different natural fibers or other materials that are man-made but were made to be able to disintegrate over time without accumulating waste. And as it degrades, it becomes such a air pollutant. Fast fashion, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. So they do not have a high environmental concern. They use fabrics that have forever chemicals in them, such as your synthetics. They don't necessarily have time for time. Fast fashion promotes a linear economy, make the clothes given to the customers and retailers. They wear it, they throw it away, done. No circularity going on at all. Fast fashion is more centered around meeting the high demand for a certain product. They are very wasteful and they have a low environmental concern, and there's a higher accumulation of pre and post consumer usage. Typically, fast fashion items are made recklessly and they're made very quickly, as we see with a lot of like Fashion Nova and Shein items, especially as a previous Shein customer. I have gotten things that were poorly constructed. I pay attention to detail, which is very necessary for it. And there'll be times where like the thread will look like it's going to come loose. The stitch length is not appropriate for the fabric. The fabric feels papery and plasticky instead of soft and normal, how it's really supposed to be for people that's going to be wearing it on a daily basis. The clothing does not last a long time. The clothing is, some people have said that it was soiled before they received it, and all kinds of unethical things that were going on. And that just what happens with fast fashion is just a lot of inconsiderate actions going on. It's not really focused on the health of the employees. It's more so about just getting the garments made, given to the customer quick, fast, and in a hurry. There's no careful and consideration like it is for slow fashion. I prefer slow fashion. I would try to be a slow fashion brand that is rooted in sustainability and having a high environmental concern. I've taken courses pertaining to like sustainability and environmental science. So that really triggered my desire to want to go in that direction when it comes to fashion, because this matters to us. Like, it's important. Like, these things, like, it's hotter than during the summer and it's colder during the winter because of global warming. Okay, the sea levels are rising because of global warming. You know, the glaciers are melting, and it's just all this stuff is going on, the accumulation of forever chemicals and all these like pesticides that are sprayed onto the produce that we consume. All that stuff ultimately affects us, whether it affects us now or it's going to affect us later. Either way, it's bound to have a negative impact on our overall health and well-being, and that is not good. The ways fast fashion is set up is there's a demand for something becomes a trend from the people seeing it on the runway, and then people want to hurry up and make it into the ready-to-wear field, and then all these designers and manufacturers are rushing to get everything done because people want it. There's a high uptick in the trend and the demand for said item or items. They just want everything. They just want things quickly. They want it done. They want it right then and there. And what's been integrated is the different shipping methods. We have the expedited shipping. They have the 1-day shipping. So that contributes to the pollution as well, because it's getting to the customer quickly, but they're taking all these different extra modes of transportation like air, ship, truck, vehicle, whatever the case may be, to get to the customer quick as possible. And that's increasing greenhouse gas emissions, which is ultimately bad for our health. It will cause respiratory issues, if not now, later on in the future. So these items are reaching the customers much quickly, and it's being as discarded as quickly as it was received, or people just have it in their closet, in their drawers, not really caring about it, probably forgot about it, and it's not being worn. That's the whole concept. Clothes that are not being worn for a long time, clothes that do not last a long time because they're not made from durable materials. As with slow fashion, the techniques are slow, and by techniques, I'm talking about the way in which things are cut, the way in which things are sewn, the way in which the markers are, or like the pattern pieces are laid out. And they probably most likely integrate the zero waste technique when it comes to cutting. So the entire yard of fabric is used in some way or another. And there's practically no waste when they create the garment. And it promotes sustainability because the materials they use is durable. They last long. They have a good shelf life. They are antibacterial, anti-moisture, and they'll just last longer. They're just bound to last longer. They're made to last longer. They're built to last longer. And people kind of, like the employees are kind of more cared for than the fast fashion employees. Those manufacturers, they're just, hey, we need this by this day, and it's like a really short time. People are hurt on the job, but it seems like there's no care consideration. This happens a lot in like foreign manufacturers. If we're looking at the plaza collapse in Bangladesh, where it harmed so many people, the building was in just terrible condition, and it claimed the lives of many people, and it hurt many of the employees that were there. So it was just a terrible situation to happen, and we don't want that occurring anymore. We don't want that to be an ongoing thing. So that's why slow fashion needs to come more into the scene. And it also is kind of a situation like maybe your parents are growing up and say, "Oh, you only want it because it's there," and that's kind of how we are. Like when we see things online, it's like we only want these things because it's there. We only want it because we see that it can exist. But once we change our mentality and we just don't have as much access to it, then our desire for it will ultimately go down, and people will be more receptive of the concept of slow fashion. So slow fashion is a very good method in which to preserve the health of the environment and of its organisms. We need to wean off of fast fashion as much as possible, and it's just all about a group effort. It didn't take just one night to get out of hand. It's not going to take one night to put everything back together, but with group efforts, we can make this possible. It's not impossible. It's not something that cannot be done. It very well can be done, but everyone has to be on board to work together to get to where we need to be. So I thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all have been tuning in from any point of time since the first day up until now, I thank you. If you've been tuning in before for the Days of Fashion, I thank you as well, and look forward to day 36 of 40 Days of Fashion.